Hi, Matt with etrailer. Today we're going to be talking about the CTEK Polar Battery Charger. Now this is going to be great, especially on those really cold days when your vehicle won't start up. This is going to give it that extra boost so you can get going. And if you do decide to go with this after watching this video, let us know what type of vehicles or equipment you're pairing this up with to get you going. So CTEK has a ton of different options when it comes to charging your batteries. Now this one's going to really be probably the best option, not only for those vehicles that are sitting around for quite some time, because even in those really cold temperatures, you could have a vehicle that's running maybe every day. If it's an older vehicle or if you have an older battery in there, sometimes it still isn't enough. And that's what this really comes in the hand. It's going to be able to work efficiently even in negative 22 degree Fahrenheit conditions. So let's hook it up and see how this works. So there's going to be a few settings on here. We have everything hooked up now. So let's start at the bottom. The settings at the bottom is going to be for those smaller vehicles like your ATVs, side-by-sides, or as you can see here, they even have a snowmobile. And the one next to it, that's going to be for your regular sized vehicles like we have right now. Then we'll have it for cold weather conditions, and then we'll have reconditioning, which we'll talk about shortly. Above that, we're going to have the 8-step process of how this charges your battery, because it's not only going to be charging the battery, there's a few more things that go into it. So let's talk about how all these modes are going to work. Right now I have it on just regular charging mode, but if I press mode, this is going to make so it's a little bit more efficient in those really cold weather conditions. If I press it once more, then it's going to be into reconditioning. What reconditioning is going to be a mode that gives your battery a second chance at life. How it works is it's sending extra voltage to the battery to help out that water and acid mixed together in that battery. And then, if I press it again, we can do the reconditioning in the cold weather conditions. It's the same thing that's going to apply to your smaller equipment. So you're just going to charge here, charge in cold weather, reconditioning cold weather, and then do both. And with that 8-step process of charging your battery, what's neat about that is step 8 actually goes into a care mode. What that is doing is to ensure that you don't overcharge your battery, because if you overcharge a battery over time, that battery will become less efficient. And there's going to be two ways of hooking up to your battery. The first way is going to be my preferred way of doing it, and that's going to be with these eyelets. You're just going to permanently install this on there, and then at that point, you just connect to this quick connect. At that point, it just becomes a plug-and-play system. Really easy to use, but in some cases, you might have other equipment or vehicles you might have on hand. You need to charge those up. You only have one of these that comes with the kit, so you might need to use alligator clamps for anything else. And this still is pretty nice, because if you take a closer look at it, you can just connect with those clamps. What's cool about this is this kind of becomes spark proof. And what I mean by that is it has a quick connect on it too. So you could connect these clamps first and then connect that quick connect, and then you're ready to start charging. In my opinion, I think the CTEK Polar is going to be a great option in those really cold climates. Now, if you live somewhere a bit warmer that doesn't really get into the negatives, then I'd recommend the CTEK MUS 4.3. What's great about that is it does everything this does, all the same features. It's just not designed to work in those cold climates like this one does here. But even if you live in an area that doesn't get quite down to negative 22 degrees Fahrenheit, this one is still going to be more efficient than the other ones that still work in those cold climates. This one's just going to do a better job at it. And of course, if you guys have any questions, please let us know here at etrailer. But again, I'm Matt, and thanks for watching.